Right now, as you watch this, trillions of dollars are moving invisibly around the world, paying for oil, paying for food, paying for weapons, and almost all of it flows through one single pipe, one system, controlled by one country. But that pipe is cracking, and the countries trying to break it are already winning. Think of SWIFT like WhatsApp, but for banks. When your bank needs to send money to a bank in another country, it sends a message through SWIFT, just a message, saying, "This money is moving from here to there." SWIFT doesn't move the money, it moves the instruction. Over 11,000 banks across 200 countries run on this one system, every single day. Without SWIFT, international trade as we know it stops. It is the invisible plumbing of the entire global economy, and almost nobody knows it exists. Here's what most people do not know. SWIFT is headquartered in Belgium. It presents itself as a neutral international cooperative. But in reality, the United States has effective veto power over it. How? Because SWIFT processes dollar transactions, and dollar transactions fall under U.S. jurisdiction. In plain language, if America decides you are the enemy, it can flip a switch, and you disappear from the global financial system. Overnight. No warning, no appeal, no recourse. The first major test of this weapon came in 2012. Iran. America accused Iran of developing nuclear weapons. The response was not missiles, it was not soldiers, it was SWIFT. Iran was cut from the system overnight. Iranian banks could no longer receive international payments. Oil exports, the lifeblood of the Iranian economy, collapsed by over 50%. The Iranian rial lost 60% of its value in months. No bombs were dropped, no troops were deployed. Just a quiet removal from a messaging system, and an entire economy was brought to its knees. The world watched and took notes. Then came 2022. Russia invaded Ukraine, and America responded with the most aggressive financial strike in history. Russia, the world's 11th largest economy, was cut from SWIFT. But Washington went further. It froze $300 billion of Russian central bank reserves held in Western institutions. Money Russia thought was safely stored, gone, inaccessible, in one weekend. The message sent to every nation on Earth was not about Russia. It was about all of them. It said, we can do this to anyone, anytime, anywhere. And every finance minister, every central bank governor, every head of state heard it clearly. But the most shocking signal came not from an enemy of America, but from its closest ally in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. For 50 years, the kingdom had one unbreakable rule. All oil is sold in US dollars. This was the Petrodollar deal. Signed in 1974, the foundation of dollar dominance for half a century. Then in June 2024, Saudi Arabia did not just discuss selling oil in Yuan. It joined mBridge as a full member. Committed. Operational. And here is the detail that should have made front-page news everywhere in the world. Saudi Arabia joined mBridge exactly 4 days before the 1974 Kissinger-Petrodollar Security Pact with America officially lapsed. 4 days. That is not coincidence. That is a message. Delivered in the language of finance, quietly, deliberately. And Washington heard every word. Meanwhile, something else was happening that most people completely missed. Countries started physically moving their gold home. France pulled all 129 tons of gold out of the New York Federal Reserve. Germany demanded its gold back. India quietly repatriated significant reserves. Poland, Hungary, the Netherlands. Why does this matter? Because gold stored in New York is gold inside American reach. And after watching $300 billion of Russian reserves frozen in one weekend, no country wanted its national wealth sitting inside American jurisdiction. This was not portfolio management. This was not investment strategy. This was institutional fear, moving at the speed of ships carrying gold across oceans. And then in March 2026, the moment that changed everything. Over 20 oil tankers crossed the Strait of Hormuz, the most strategically critical waterway on Earth, and settled their payments in Chinese yuan, not dollars. For the first time in 50 years, significant volumes of oil moved through the world's most critical choke point, outside the dollar system, outside SWIFT, announced by nobody, noticed by few. This was not a test. This was not a pilot program. This was the new reality beginning to operate at scale. So what exactly is mBridge? Let me give you the simplest explanation possible. You know how some countries block WhatsApp, and people simply switch to Telegram? Same message, same function. Completely different pipe, that is mBridge. When America weaponized SWIFT, China, UAE, Thailand, and Hong Kong quietly built Telegram for banks. mBridge moves money between countries instantly, without touching SWIFT, without touching the dollar, without needing American permission. It settles transactions in seconds. A payment from Abu Dhabi to Beijing, 10 seconds. The same payment through SWIFT, up to 5 days. And the countries building it are not asking for a seat at the table. They are building a different table entirely. Here are the numbers that should end all debate. In 2022, mBridge processed its first pilot, 160 transactions. Total value, $22 million. By November 2025, 4,047 transactions. Total value, $55 billion. That is a 2,500-fold increase in 3 years. 5 central banks are full members. 31 more central banks are official observers, including the Reserve Bank of India, the European Central Bank, the Central Bank of Brazil, the Bank of France, the Bank of Italy, and the central banks of Bahrain, Egypt, and Jordan. 39 commercial banks are already transacting on the platform. And the institution that built the global dollar system, Goldman Sachs, is quietly working on mBridge, as is HSBC, the architects of the old system, building the new one. But the detail that truly defines the stakes, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is an official observer of mBridge, America's own central bank, sitting inside the room, watching the system designed to replace American financial dominance. Because even Washington knows you cannot stop what you do not understand. And mBridge is only one part of the picture. Russia and India have been quietly building their own bypass in parallel. Since 2022, India has been buying Russian oil at a significant discount, paying in rupees and rubles. No dollars, no SWIFT. Bilateral trade between Russia and India crossed $65 billion in 2023, almost entirely outside the Western financial system. What began as sanctions evasion has become permanent alternative architecture, a new financial habit between two of the world's largest economies. And habits, especially financial ones, are extraordinarily difficult to break. But here is the question that should truly alarm Washington. Russia bypassing SWIFT? Expected. China building mBridge? Expected. They were always going to push back. But what happens? The day a major European nation, a NATO ally, a country that helped architect the Western financial order, decides to settle its energy imports in euros? That is not an adversary at the gate. That is a partner, quietly walking out the door. And behind closed doors in Berlin, in Paris, in Brussels, that conversation is already happening. SWIFT took 40 years to become the world's financial nervous system. mBridge took 4. The question was never whether China could build an alternative. The question was whether anyone would use it. In March 2026, over 20 vessels crossed the Strait of Hormuz, settling in Yuan. Russia and India moved $65 billion through rupees and rubles. Gold left New York by the ton. Goldman Sachs and HSBC quietly joined the alternative system. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York watched from inside the room. And nobody announced a new world order. Nobody held a press conference. The pipes just changed. That is exactly how reserve currencies die. Not in a declaration, not in a war, but in a quiet rerouting of oil money that nobody notices, until it has already happened. The architecture is built. The precedent is set. 31 central banks are already watching from inside. The only question left is who is next to quietly reroute. If this changed how you see the world, share it with one person who needs to know. Subscribe. Hit the bell. The next episode goes even deeper.